Okay guys, gonna be taking some of the stuff off this engine so we can clean it up and give it a good washing. Gonna start with the oil pump here. There's 2 screws on that. And Phillips head, one on the top, one on the bottom. Should just come right off. There is some oil in there, so pop that tubing off, and there's a tube underneath. Just like that. Kind of dirty, but clean it up, and we'll check it out, see how bad it is. Okay, now for the boots here. I'm going to be probably using these boots not to see any cracks the whole way through in them. Then I'll replace them. To get the reeds out, they might be seized in there against the gaskets a little bit, so just use a flat screwdriver and just put it right in the gasket and just tap it a little bit. Not hard, don't want to damage it. These reeds are in really good condition. If you hold them up to the light, you can't see through them, so I'm going to probably use these. Okay, we're going to pop these motor mounts off here. I'm going to be using the ones from the sled that came on it. There we go. We're ready to clean it up and see how it looks after that. Okay guys, got the engine all cleaned up and plugged all the holes, and then cleaned it up, sprayed it down with engine cleaner and scrubbed it, rinsed it off. It's now ready to put the reeds back in. So I'm just make sure if you look through them, you shouldn't see any light coming in around the pedals. If you do, then you need to replace the pedals. Set them in. Yes, I do have the door open in case you hear a bunch of traffic noise. Okay, you'll need your car boots. You want to check for on the upside if there's any cracks, or just the whole way around, and then also check the bottom, make sure there's no rips or anything. And then just check the whole way around the inside, make sure there's no cracks coming through. This one looks good, so I'll use it. There you go. Do the other 2, and then we're ready to put the oil pump and hook all the oil lines up. So now we're going to put our oil pump in. You got to make sure there's a hose that puts oil into the crankcase. Make sure you connect that up to the little T down here and put your clamp on. Then you'll just need to line the shaft up inside. You can turn the whole crank so it lines up. Just like that. Then you'll need your 2 Phillips head screws. Alright, now I need to connect these oil lines. Also make sure the right size tubing. Make sure you use the right size tubing. I'm not sure exactly what size it is, but you don't want to use too little because then you won't be getting enough oil flow. Put your clamp on, just like that, in your center cylinder. There you go. Now I just loosened this thing here, just so I can get that on. You'll want to tighten that back up again. And then just check all the other ones, make sure they're all tight. Don't want them leaking oil. Alright, our oil pump's installed. Alright, now we're ready to install our stator. You'll need to put the wires towards the engine. Just line it up. Or notches there, just line them up. You'll need your smaller, longer Allen head bolts. There's 3 of them. Let's get them started, one started for now, and then grab this little rubber grommet and push your wires into it. Slide into the slot here in the engine casing. Push it in there. Now you'll need to put a little bit of blue Loctite on these bolts for the Stator. There you go. Your stator's installed. Now we're ready to install this flywheel. Just turn. I like to turn it so the key is straight up, so I know where it's at, and then just line your slot up with it. So carefully feed it on until it lines up, and then you'll need your big thick washer. Stick that on, your big lock washer, and your nut. But before you put the nut on, you'll need a little bit of red Loctite just on the threads. And now just loosely put this nut on for now. Next you'll need your starter cup with the 3 shorter flanged head bolts. They get red Loctite on as well. There's 16. Alright, now you can tighten this bigger bolt in here, or nut, sorry. There you go, there's 60 pounds. Alright, now that that's on, still turns over freely and it's not hitting this timing or pickup. We're ready to install our stator housing. Slip that on over. There's these 4 larger Allen head bolts. Alright, after that's all done, shouldn't be anything rubbing against anything or grinding, so that's all good. Make sure your wires aren't pinched too. You don't want them getting pinched off. You're ready to put your recoil starter in. Mine's on the sled, so I'll put that in when I put the engine in. Alright, going to be taking off these exhaust flanges here. This is a 96 engine, so these are the stock flanges, but we're going to be putting 97 pipes on it because it's a 97 sled, and these flanges won't work. So we got to take them off, put the 97 flanges on. Just 2 nuts and a lock washer. There's your stud out. We probably won't be using these again, so just to check if it fits now. So there you go. You'll put your exhaust gasket in and just thread the bolts in. These are cast iron flanges, so you don't want to tighten them up too bad or you'll have them cracking on you. So just snug them up. You can put Loctite on if you want, but just make sure you don't over tighten them as they will crack. So there you have it. We just need to take off these 5 studs, and then we can put the exhaust flanges on. Okay, ready to put the motor mounts on. You'll need your two front motor mounts, then there's a smaller one that goes on the other side. For now we're just going to put these two on. You'll also need your bolts. They have a lock washer and then a regular washer on them. There's two for this one and three for the bigger one. Alright, these two motor mounts are on. Alright, we flip the engine around. We can put this smaller motor mount on here.